Thank you to all our guests who are here tonight to show their support for such a wonderful evening. Without further ado, though, when I think about our guest speaker this evening, I'm reminded of the famous song by Tom Petty, I Won't Back Down. Jessica Rupcich has experienced much adversity during her lifetime and has overcome many difficult challenges. She considers herself a work in progress, but also part of the solution. Jessica's a twice divorced mother of three, survivor of domestic violence, and a recovering alcoholic. For decades, Jessica would not back down. When facing trauma, she picked herself up and moved forward. Lessons were learned, and a few years ago, when she found herself deep in debt, she discovered the answer to financial empowerment and developed a program to help others in the same situation. Today, Jessica is an author, an entrepreneur, and financial empowerment coach whose passion is to inspire others with the message that they too can thrive during tough times and to never give up. So welcome, Jessica Rupcich.
Well, thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, city councilors, mayors, MPs. Your presence is powerful. Life is so amazing. It's incredibly beautiful and full of miracles. And I can say that today, here with you now. I've got my mom, I've got my partner, my kids. I am loved and supported and incredibly blessed. But I didn't always feel that way. When I was 6 years old, my brother and I fled with my mom in the middle of the night to the hiatus house for safety. And I didn't know why I was there. I didn't even know where I was. I was scared. I come to find out later why I was there and what had happened. And so when you're raised in an environment and a home with violence and abuse, you internalize it and it becomes your normal. And so I did what every kid would do. I repeated what I learned. By the age of 13, I was admitted to the hospital for alcohol poisoning, for suicidal depression. By the time I was 14, I caught the eye of a man much older than I, almost 10 years older, and he decided I was going to be his girlfriend. And so, against my mother's wishes and everyone's attempts to keep me home, I left at 14 years old to essentially be somebody's wife. I had two beautiful children, and they give me so much hope and strength and courage to do what's right. And when I was in that marriage, that very dysfunctional, unhealthy marriage, I started to hear what I call a God whisper. And that whisper started to tell me that love doesn't hurt. Love doesn't feel bad. And as time got on and I was maturing, I started hearing that God whisper louder and louder. And by the time I was 26 years old, I had the courage and the strength to do the thing that I feared the most, which was to break free. Sorry, I'm just hearing the bells, and I just find that profound. I never thought I could do it up until that point. It was such a scary, scary thought. But I did it. I did the thing that I feared the most. I took that step. And because of it, my life became incrementally better. It wasn't easy, but things were getting better. And so over the course of the next 10 years, my life's assignments, as I say, I was confronted with the biggest challenges and assignments that I had to overcome. Addiction, codependency, and the most important one of all, self-love. So, as I said, during that 10 years, I remarried, had a beautiful daughter who I am so grateful for. Yeah, you, baby. Yeah. And I saw myself in that same pattern. But the thing is, I never saw myself as an abused woman because I didn't have any bruises. I didn't have any scars or marks on my body. In fact, I was never physically hit by my partners. It was pretty much everything else but the physical marks. And so my last biggest lesson, the most important one, came as we were beginning the fall of 2016. I decided in order for things to change, I had to change. I had to do something different if I wanted something different. And so I decided to begin a life alcohol-free. And I must say, I have two amazing parents who have been great role models for me in that both my parents are recovering alcoholics as well. And so on October 2nd of 2016, I began a life alcohol-free, and my life changed dramatically and quickly. In fact, within just 3 short months, I started falling in love with myself for the first time, having healthy boundaries and not letting anybody mistreat me. I started caring for myself, honoring myself. And what happened? I attracted someone into my life who treated me the same way. So, by me loving myself, I attracted someone who loved me the same way. Carlo, I'm so grateful for you. So today I stand here, and it's pretty monumental for me because I'm a 42-year-old woman, and I never would have thought I'd be standing here in front of you sharing this story. But I do this with the purpose of inspiring hope and courage to be an example of what's possible when you have the courage to lean into the fear and do the thing that scares you the most. Because on the other side of fear is greatness. We were made for this. We were born for this. I believe we are created on purpose with a purpose. And if there is anyone who's listening to my story who resonates, who may see yourself in my story, I want you to know that there's people whose life's work and mission is to help people, women like you. Thank you for listening.